thank you for all the time we've worked together, and great. We took care of the crack ceiling, Ronnie, taken care of. The firehouse at 69 on East Miami, this morning at 8:30, Chief Lacey and I met. We were there. It's on schedule. They're still saying February. I say no. It'll be March, late March, and I think a May 1st total completion with parking and everything else. We're talking end of April, 1st of May. The roundabout, there'll be we have basically a meeting with the county on Friday, and it's proceeding. The parking lot at the town hall that we just had completed is finished. Today we had the contract, which I talked earlier with Dennis George, and it's on record as a completed project. The park property, there's 12 acres of the park property at the far west end that we're acquiring from the Backshiner family, and we had to have it surveyed. We had phase 1, phase 2 study. That's all been finished. That description of the property went to the attorney yesterday, and waiting for it to come back for closing on the property. We do have a problem on French Avenue, the street alongside of the firehouse, with a drainage problem coming from over on the hill. We're meeting with Ron and Mark Rosenberger, the architect, at 7 o'clock on Friday morning to see what we need to do to get that accomplished. Beyond that, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a good 40 years, and I just have I hope I can take and get through reading this, but to the residents of Miami Township, to the Board of Trustees, to the staff of Miami Township, including Margie Over, Fire Department, the Maintenance Department, the Senior Center, and all the employees, and especially the Land Use Committee, which Bob Polisky, sitting up here, has worked on as probably the last 20 years. I say thank yous to all. I say thank you. You are great, and I have enjoyed almost every minute of my 20 years. Make sure you understand, almost. I have asked, I've been asked, what is the greatest accomplishment in my 40 years? Yes, I answer, is the addition of paramedic service to Miami Township. We've had a lot of new things that we've accomplished, but to me, that's number one. It's provided a service to all of our residents and people in our community, and it's been a great service since the 1990s. Yes, the board and I, this board and every board I've worked with, especially with Joe Sykes and Jack Reininger Sr., have been great. I asked the board to continue to serve the residents of Miami Township and think of ways to keep the taxation to a minimum. I especially want to thank Cindy Oser, and I am very proud to call her my daughter of 51 years, a fiscal officer of over 20 years. Remember, I got 51. I was there. Keep up the good work, Cindy. Also, I have to say, sorry. Thanks to my good wife, late wife, Pat, as you all do. She supported me every year. And beyond that, I would just like to say the TIF fund that we talked about earlier has been a great financial help to the community. I only wish the board would find ways to complete the following projects. Add property to Maple Grove Cemetery, I think, is one of the #1 things that we need to put emphasis on, and I don't know how it's going to get done, but I put that to a challenge to them. Get turn lanes at Bridgetown and Dog Trot. I've talked to the county 4 weeks ago, and in fact, Todd Long, the deputy engineer, said, I know, I was there last night trying to get through that intersection, it's a problem. And he guaranteed me that in the future he will get working on it. And my third thing is, we started over the last couple of years about a healthplex, a community thing with a pool and everything. I still put a challenge to the board to work possibly with the school district on building an auditorium. I don't want a full health complex, but an auditorium with an indoor pool that we had similar to Taylor High School, but in a new facility, and see what we could do to help with that for the young and the old of our community. And yes, I say thanks, and good night to all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Everybody coming out. Great. And your last word to say, if anybody wants to say it, if not, sit down. Thank you, thank you.
We're going to go into the executive session for personnel issues and contracts. We'll be coming back out to make a decision. Paul, you can just wait out here. You can
Okay.
go in on this one.
Okay.
And,
I want to say something real quick before we go into executive session. I'd like to thank you also, Margie. Made my first 8 years. You were very, very instrumental in helping me, and I just want you to know I appreciate it.
well, I don't know how I'm going to get to my phone now, because I can't forget my Thanks a lot, Margie, for everything you've done for us every day. Every day. Thank you.
Okay. Roll
Been a good
call.
ride.
Roll call. Mr. Reiner?
Yes.
Mr. Beck?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Yes.
Okay, so
Ready?
you stay out and
Okay.